Today we're going to be taking care of something that has been bugging me for a while now. And as you may know, it is this. This little message right here. It's problematic, so we're going to get rid of it by doing the Throne of Miscellania quest. So let's go ahead and go meet the king. Halt, who goes there? My name is Barker, will you not let me through? I'm afraid the king won't give an audience to anyone except a worthy hero. I am a member of the Heroes Guild. Does that not show my worth? Then you may pass. Everyone just takes my word for it. There, now we're allowed in here. You can go talk to the king. Who are you who seeks audience with the king of this fair land of Miscellania? I am known in these lands as Barker, your majesty. I come in search of a quest. Ah, it pleases me to see such enthusiasm. I was once an adventurer such as yourself. Even while fulfilling my duties as King of Miscellania, I would roam the lands in search of adventure and strike down mighty foes with a single blow. Unfortunately, I was a little too daring, and attempted to brave the Icelands, where I finally met my match. I survived barely, but I was cursed for the rest of my life to stay in this form, which leaves me incapable of performing my duties as ruler. This is why I am looking for an exceptional soul to be regent of this fair kingdom of Miscellania. Alright. If I may be so bold, your majesty, I think Miscellania would rest in capable hands with me. Aha, you are bold, Barker, but then I have yet to see a good ruler who was not. You will first have to demonstrate your worth. You are a good warrior, that I do not doubt. However, ruling also requires a good grasp of diplomacy. We have been at war with neighboring Etceteria for hundreds of years. However, I think both of us have rather lost our appetite for hostilities. Now may be an opportune time to make amends. If you manage to negotiate peace with them, then you will truly have shown your skill as a diplomat. Then do not stray far, your majesty, for I shall soon return. Wait, there is one more matter to discuss, a mere formality, of course. By miscellaneous tradition, one may not become ruler of the kingdom if one is not part of the royal family. You will have to convince my daughter, Princess Astrid, to marry you. And you say this is a mere formality, your majesty? I'm sure she won't be able to resist your heroic charms. You can ask Grimm for advice, that's what he's here for, after all. It's kind of ridiculous that you have to get married just to do a quest line. Alright, do I need to talk to Grimm? I better talk to Grimm, just in case the quest requires it. Greetings, sir. You know what, we probably don't need to. I'll read the guide and see if I have to read it. Ask him how to make peace. Oh, dang it, it tells you to actually do it. How do I make peace with Etceteria? You should go talk to Queen Sigrid of Etceteria. Alright, very useful. How am I supposed to get the princess to marry me? I think you may find that talking to her would be a good way to start. Wow, this advisor, he is just the best advisor ever. I would never have figured out. Okay. You know, clothing-wise, it looks, I don't know, from a distance, it looks more like it was princess and prince. I don't know why. I think it's just because she looks really muscly. Good day, sir. Good day, your royal highness. As I'm sure you are aware, your father the king is seeking someone to rule the kingdom in his stead. I have put myself forward, but in order for me to become ruler, you have to marry somebody in the royal family. Namely me? Yes, your royal highness. You realize, I hope, that I have many suitors. He's doing the shifty eyes on that. I take it you are not especially fond of any of them? That is true, however, I am willing to give you a chance. If you impress me enough, I will consider accepting to marry you. What's fun is if you marry one of these two and then change your gender, like, they actually acknowledge it in the dialogue, which is pretty funny. Alright, so, because usually games just ignore stuff like that. I think it's fun that they actually put in some dialogue for that. Alright, so I guess we'll go take care of the peace first. But at least I've talked to her, which is good. We have all the items we need, I believe. Bought some flowers from the flower girl. Nice and cheap. I earned some of my money back, so I'm no longer super poor. There was some luck with money making where I could sell Zogre bones and make a tiny little profit thanks to a treasure hunter thing, which was nice. People buying Zogre bones for 15k each. Jeez. And then today it was 10k each. I've not tested it in hours though, so I don't know. I might go back and kill more if they're still at 10k. The event still has days left, but I imagine the price will go down as the rich people all buy their bones and don't need any more. Really, they're not that hard to get. Okay, is the only stairs over on this side? That's weird. The other one has them on both, but Etceteria is not as fancy, I guess. Oh, she doesn't have a guard either. And she's got just a less fancy looking castle. I guess. I don't know. Hello. Hello, your majesty. Have you come for a particular reason? I am a busy queen, you know. I had to attend the opening of a new orphanage this morning. Is that the orphanage? Is that the orphanage? Like, where is it? Yes, and this afternoon, I shall be receiving the ambassador of Karamja and accompanying him on his week-long tour of Etceteria. 1 week to walk from there to there. Then this evening, we shall be putting on a grand ball. All of the kingdom's nobility will be present. Oh, who am I kidding? Nothing ever happens here. I always wanted to be a princess when I was a girl. If I'd been told it would be like this, I wouldn't have bothered. Your Majesty. Yes, did you want something? I have been sent by King Vargas to negotiate a treaty of peace between your two great nations. Great nations? Don't make me laugh. Still, peace sounds like a nice idea. He will, of course, have to recognize Etceteria officially as a sovereign nation. This isn't already the case? I'm afraid not. Last time we met, I called him a pompous old fool for thinking he was still worth anything as an adventurer. He promptly declared war, claiming the land of Etceteria belonged to Miscellania. When he realized neither of us had an army, he was ever so angry. What happened then? He set off for the Icelands to prove me wrong, and well, I expect you saw what happened to him. I shall go ask him to officially recognize Etceteria. Alright. Oh, we can run all the way back. Exciting times. So this quest will also be useful, I think, for gathering easy clue scrolls. But I could be wrong on that. I might have to do the follow-up quest as well. I don't know. Either way, doing the follow-up quest would be a good idea. And it'll probably get done at some point in the near future. Probably not in, like, the next couple weeks, but, you know, next month, most likely, would be my guess for the follow-up. I can't remember what it's called. But whatever quest follows this one, I'm sure we will find out someday. That's a nicely animated fire for this island. Alright, through the old doors we go. Your Majesty! How are you getting on, Barker? Have you talked to Queen Sigrid of Etceteria? I have, Your Majesty. She says she will agree to peace as long as Miscellania recognizes Etceteria as a sovereign nation. Humph, you can tell her I'll officially recognize her country as soon as she changes the Etceterian national anthem. Why is that, Your Majesty? It's insulting, the title alone. You're stupid, we're the best, should be enough to give you an idea. I'm sure I can convince her there are better anthems. Alright, running back and forth. That is the name of the game in this quest. He's actually got a third floor on his castle? I didn't know that. Oh well. Xenia's here, huh? Interesting. Don't know what she's doing on my island. Soon to be my island, at least once I'm regent. All I have to do is get married to some lady that I just met and who I don't care about. I just want to be a politician, apparently. That's the secret to being a politician, is marry the king's daughter, even though you just met her. That guy is really bad at chopping down teak trees. Alright, get on up here. I'm mostly doing this quest because I didn't feel like doing an even longer quest, which is the other options I have, really. Hello, have you talked to Vargas yet? I have, your majesty. He says he will recognize the country when you change your anthem. What? But it's a great anthem. I composed it myself. Listen. You're stupid. We're the best. Etceteria beats the rest, and Queen Sigrid is very pretty. King Vargas is a fool. Hey, nani nani. I'm afraid he insisted, your majesty. Well, it can't be helped, I suppose. You'll have to find a bard to write a new one, though, and there isn't a bard to be had for love nor money in Etceteria. I'll see what I can do, your majesty. Too bad I don't know any bards. You know, didn't have to deal with any just to get to this island in the first place. Alright, let's see, what do we do? Alright, so we go speak to the prince, apparently. Good stuff. Zamrakian demons have appeared west of Uzer. Who cares about stupid Zamrakian demons? Okay, well anyway, as far as levels go, I forgot to mention, I know I'd done some invention. I need to get to 60 so I can level up to level 12 for siphoning on my augmented items. A bit annoying having to siphon at 10. But I'm sure as heck not going to disassemble my lava whip and have to spend another 12M to replace it. It's just not worth it. As far as other levels, I don't remember. I know I've recently gotten other levels, but they might have been before the previous episode. Like, I know I got like 92 Slayer and Herb Lore recently, and 89 Constitution. Who knows? I need someone to compose a new anthem for Etceteria. You've come to the right bard. I'll write one for you immediately. You can take your time, really. No problem. I'm already done. Here, listen. Etceteria, Etceteria, oh, what a great country it is. Etceteria, Etceteria, so I wrote a song about it. It's somewhere in the sea, and it looks very nice. If it weren't for your ancestors, it wouldn't be there at all. And when things aren't going too well, we sing this lovely song, and then we'll all feel so much better. It won't take very long. Here's a copy. You can keep it. That's lovely, thanks. Don't mention it, sir. Alrighty. The awful anthem. I assume we're going to have to go show that to her for her to either love it or hate it, depending on how funny they want to be, and or how annoying, you know, making us run back and forth. Now imagine doing this with your run energy taking 5 times as long to regenerate, and you can imagine what it'll be like when I finally get around to doing this in old school. Hopefully I have the graceful outfit by then. That thing sounds pretty nice. I just don't play enough old school. Too focused on RuneScape 3. Alright, open this. No, wait, not that door. The doors are all open. Alright. I found the orphanage. It's that hole. Hello, have you found a new anthem yet? Yes, your majesty, but I'm afraid it isn't very good. Let's see now. Okay, we're not going to read it. Oh dear, no, this simply won't do. Find a better one. Alright, so now who do we go talk to? Okay. Yes, I know what to do now. All it required was a little bit of reading. Now we can return. Oh, some interesting stuff. They've been talking about the player-owned farm update they're working on, and they have confirmed that they're doing my idea. I mean, I don't think they took it as my idea. They probably had it before I did. But they're going to put it here, in this farm, which is exactly what I wanted. Ardoin does not get enough attention, and now it will finally have something right next to it that actually people want to use. Maybe it'll encourage them to finally graphically update that place. Who knows? I'm an Ardoin advocate, I suppose. I don't know why. I just am. I just remember the excitement of getting to Ardoin for the first time back in 2005 when I'd been non-members for, I don't know, a year or something. Greetings, sir. I got Prince Brand to compose a new Etceterian anthem for me, but it's awful. Oh dear, well that is only to be expected. May I see it, please? Here you go. Yes, allow me to make a few adjustments. There you go, sir. Are there any other matters in which I may be of assistance? No, that is about it. I wonder if it'll just let me do this teleport now. Oh, they're gonna be mean about it. It would have been too useful during the quest. That's the problem. Alright, down we go. Now there is, I think, a teleport you can use. I think it's probably a scroll or whatever those are called. Are they scrolls? Teleport scrolls? Yeah, that sounds right. I never use the dang things, so yeah. But, I'm not gonna pay a bunch of money just to save a few minutes on a quest. That's just ridiculous. I don't even know where they teleport. Maybe they teleport over there, where the, ring does? I don't know. It is a mystery. But we are running. Alright, Queen Sigrid, how do you like this one? Hello, have you found a new anthem yet? Yes, your majesty. Let's see now. Et cetera, of our country we are proud. Et cetera, let's all sing its name out loud. Rising high above the water, the jewel of the north, our mothers and our fathers to build this land come forth. And in the times of darkness sing praises of our land, and in our hearts we can be sure our victory is at hand. Why, this is quite good. I'm surprised. Here is a treaty declaring what we've mutually agreed to. I've already signed, so all it needs is King Vargas's signature, and it'll be official. Awesome. That means we don't have to run back when we're done. Good stuff. I have a feeling this war wasn't very violent, considering there's no armies, there's no fighting. People are just sitting out in the fields, chopping trees and doing farming and stuff. Birds are flying around in formation for no apparent reason. These things do not go with war, in my experience. Neither do cute little bunnies. One of the few places where you would see them back in the day. It's flax, yay! And some herbs. Alright, let's get this dang thing signed so that we can have peace. You know, every once in a while I get a look at the water, I'm like, wow, the water in RuneScape's actually pretty good. Especially when you actually get to see reflections, which we're not seeing right now. Then you see too much water and it kind of looks repetitive. Your Majesty, how are you getting on, Barker? Have you convinced Sigrid yet? I have a treaty here awaiting your signature. I doubt I will be able to hold an ordinary pen well enough to sign the treaty. You will have to find a pen large enough for me to hold. Alright, so how do we do this? We need to go find Derek. You'd think that if he's been like this for a long time, they would have figured at least a few things out by now about this situation. Has he just like been sitting up there for however long it's been? Or did he like just get back yesterday? And like, we don't know what to do. I have no idea. But Xavius Zeon has just got 120 Slayer. No, you are not Derek. He lives in one of these houses. I don't know which one though. That is not Derek. He must live in this house. Good day, sir. Can I help you with anything? I have a slightly strange request. The king needs to sign a treaty, but is unable to because he lacks a pen large enough for him to hold. Could you make me a nib of the right size? I may be able to manage that. What sort of size? About the size of a helm should do it. Alright, but I'll need an iron bar to make it from. I have one here. Good, just a minute. Here you go, one giant pen nib. Who actually knows the word nib just like off the top of their head? So can we just like do that? Yeah, we got a giant pen. We are inventing. I should have gotten invention experience for that. Very, very small amount of invention experience. Maybe I did. Maybe I got 0.1 XP and it just didn't do an XP drop for it. Also, I just kicked my desk, so hopefully you didn't hear that. I've never really tested how well my microphone setup takes desk impacts, really. I've got a fancy little arm thing that's supposed to reduce the noise, but my wires and stuff are still touching the desk, so it's not ideal. Your Majesty, how are you getting on, Barker? Have you found me a pen yet? Here it is, Your Majesty. Excellent, and now with a flourish I sign the end of the rivalry between our two proud kingdoms. Now, has my daughter agreed to marry you? Not yet, Your Majesty. We'll keep at it then. Grimm tells me that the population is not yet very supportive of the idea of having you as a ruler. You should try to gain their support. Alright, well that's 2 things to take care of. See, usually in these situations, it's getting the king's approval for the marriage that's the problem. So it's kind of flipping that on its head, isn't it? Having it be getting the princess's approval. Alright, so I think we can just chop an eel tree, but maybe we need to chop next to a guy to make him happy. I don't know. There's no interface saying how happy they are about me, so I don't even know if this does anything. But I can at least do it while I read about what to do next. Alright, so... Huh. Oh no, I chopped the tree down. I don't know. I might not be gaining approval, but I'll keep doing it for now, because I'm reading. Okay. Princess Astrid. Alright, so actually we just need to go talk to her. Got it. Wow, look at this amazing XP rate I was getting from that. Apparently you just keep talking to her, which is ridiculous. Look at this chicken walking around bobbing its head. Silly little bird. Who's this guy? I like how they actually named all the NPCs in these places. It's fun. So, you practice archery. I see you have a bow mounted on your wall. Yes, my father thinks it is a cowardly art, but I find there is just as much courage and more skill involved in going into combat with just a bow and quiver. What do you think? Archery is a noble art. I'm so glad you agree. So, tell me about all those other suitors you have. They never cease to bother me. They swarm around me like flies, all hoping to win my heart. Perhaps I should use them for target practice. Ah ha 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 ha. I can hold them still for you if you like. How do you know I wouldn't hit you as well? I have confidence in your skills, Your Royal Highness. What do you think of Advisor Grimm? He's a bit scary sometimes, but he's always so nice to me. When I was young, I called him Uncle Grimm. I also don't know if it's actually Grimm. I have no idea. Be like Hrim. He's been very helpful. Yes, my father made a wise decision when he chose him to be his advisor. Alright. Good day, sir. Good day, Your Royal Highness. We're so formal. Really? That's it, huh? Do I, like, use this on her? No. Okay, what do I do then? Oh, the flowers. Right. Are these for me? Really? Yes. Of course, Your Royal Highness. Thank you, they're lovely. Alright, so now I think we do an emote. Actually, bow or something. Hello! Now do we use the bow? Nope. Okay, what do we do? I think we talk more. Good day, sir. No? Good day, Your Royal Highness. She's so formal. Oh, was that the wrong one? I need to use a different emote, such as dance. You also have to be careful. You can't leave the island while you're doing this, I think. Impressive. I like a man who knows how to dance. Alright, now do we talk again? You are perhaps a more interesting man than I first took you for, sir. Oh, but I realize you have not yet told me your name. My name is Barker, your highness. Then may I call you Barker, sir? If I may call you Astrid, your royal highness. You may call me princess. Very well, princess. So why are you so interested in archery? I'm not sure. Even when I was little, archery always fascinated me. I'm quite fond of it myself. It's good to know someone who shares my interests. What would you do if you ruled this kingdom? You're not allowed, apparently. I am, though. Very little. It's not as if there's much to it. I might try to set up trade with other islands. That sounds like a good idea. Thank you. So what's the history of these islands? Well, nothing very exciting ever happened until my father declared war on Etceteria. Hundreds of years ago, right? That's what he said. Why did he do that? Queen Sigrid of Etceteria insulted him. What do we say here? I don't know what to say. I guess what happened next? He realized that neither of us have an army. Okay, good. That was the right answer. Good day, Barker. Good day, princess. How do we use this? Is this for me? Really? See, I got her a nice bow, but a real cheap ring. Of course, princess. Thank you. It's lovely. Alright, now what? I must admit, I'm growing quite fond of you, Barker. My, could it be that I have succeeded where so many before me have failed, and finally melted the heart of the fair princess? Not yet, my dear. Let us just say you have made it onto the short list. Alright. What do you think of your brother? We don't always get along, but I'm sure he's a nice guy at heart. That's a weird way to talk about your brother, honestly. I'm sure he's a nice guy at heart. And what a great bard he makes. Aha, oh yes, quite the bard he is. So, my dear, what do you think of Miscellania? It's a lovely little country. I'm glad you like it. Wow, this conversation is riveting. Do you go out into battle often? Not often, no. I sometimes go hunting. I suppose you don't have much opportunity to. Exactly. Perhaps you could take me with you sometime, dear. Alright, I think we're ready. No, we're not. Hello, dear. Hello, darling. I thought that was what we needed for this. Ah, we have to do another emote, apparently. I have not read enough of this guide. My, aren't you the charmer? Yes, yes I am. Hello, dear. Hello, darling. Now we can do it. Is this for me? Really? Yes. Princess Astrid, will you marry me? Oh, my dear, I thought you'd never ask. Of course I'll marry you. We'll have to put off the actual ceremony until we can find a priest, but you can tell my father I have agreed to marry you. Alright, that was a lot longer than I remembered, but that's because I was reading it out loud instead of just skipping it. Your Majesty, how are you getting on, Barker? Has my daughter agreed to marry you? She has, Your Majesty. Excellent, excellent. Grimm tells me that the population is not yet very supportive of the idea of having you as a ruler. You should try to gain their support. Okay, I will go back to doing that thing, although they were not telling me how supportive they were in a useful dialogue situation, which kind of makes it hard to know when to stop. But whatever the case, I will go chopify some trees. It seems like a reasonable thing, and read if there's any way to get the dumb thing to appear. Alright, gaining the public support. Ah. We can talk to the person, apparently, and see. Hello. My approval rating. What do people think of me? Only 25%, huh? I hope that means it's working, that I don't... Because I don't want to have to go talk to Advisor Grimm just to find out that I have to do this. That would be silly. Well, he's saying thanks, which to me would imply that he is getting it. 26. Okay, so it works. It's just very slow to chop these. I could, however, activate the lumberjack aura, which will speed things up a fair amount, because we're going to have to do the equivalent of 50 maple logs, which is, you know, fun. I'm just going to sit back in my chair and relax while we chop these. There's a few other things we could do, but the problem is, like, for raking weeds, the weeds have to grow back, which takes forever. 1% is 2 maple logs? Oh my gosh. Oh well. And you don't even get full XP, that's the worst part. But it's okay. We'll just keep doing it. It'd be real nice if they actually had the interface thing that says, like, oh, you have this much. But, they don't. Anyway, let me see here. I still don't fully understand what these elite dungeons they've been talking about lately are. But I guess they sound kind of like they're supposed to be like raids. I don't know. I've never played other MMOs, so I don't really have a full concept of what a raid is actually supposed to be. Because I know the ones in RuneScape aren't really, at least in RuneScape 3, aren't really like others. But I've never done them in RuneScape or in other games, so I really don't know. It is a mystery. So, animals. The animals they've listed for the player-owned farm is rabbits, cows, chinchompas, chickens, sheep, spiders, yaks, dragons, mushroom people, and that's all they have listed for now. They have some silly ideas. They're building some stats into your animals, so there could potentially in the future be like beauty contests or races and stuff, which is fun. So it sounds like animals are going to be kind of like actual pets, you know, being actual items. And they might actually add an elite farming outfit with the farm, which would be nice to have it come out and not be a treasure hunter item, not island. I'm on an island. Doesn't mean I'm talking about islands. Oh, good. There's actually a right-click approval rating. 37. Oh my gosh. This quest is taking a little longer than I thought it would. You have to do impressing the locals to gain access to the first elite dungeon. I think I did that, didn't I? I believe I did. Hard to remember everything I've done because I've done a lot of it twice. But I think so. I think it's the case. Loading up my old YouTube channel here. I'll go check. Not like I got much else to do. This does make me wish that OBS would at some point add a pause button for recording so I could just do quick edits without having to spend 20 years re-rendering the video and stuff just to remove a few minutes here and there. I just don't have the time for that. Right, impressing the locals. Yeah, we already did it. It was episode 206. Yeah, we're ready to do the elite dungeon. I don't know what requirements it may have in terms of level. Doesn't say as far as I know. But I do know that it might be just too hard. Although with my combat rising the way it is, maybe I'll actually be strong enough. Unless it's, you know, balanced for your levels. In which case, I will never be strong enough. I'm way too much of a combat noob. I just noticed they still have these stupid Easter eggs. I hate them. Go away, Easter eggs. We don't want you. Or is it just on that one? Wait, are they only appearing on the stumps? Oh, that's weird. Is that a bug? That might be a bug. An interesting bug, but a bug nonetheless, right? I don't think the event's still around, is it? Or are they just sticking around until the end of the spring fair? I really don't know. But, I can look at the first boss. Wow. Bad picture. 3 bosses per elite dungeon. Apparently they have an Elite Dungeon 2 planned for July or August, which is pretty soon, honestly. Sounds like they're probably putting a lot of resources into these Elite Dungeons, which is a bit random, because honestly, there's still so many things on their supposed backlog that it is a bit weird that they're putting a lot of focus into new stuff, like a new boss, and stuff that we'd never even heard of, like Elite Dungeons, when there's still a million things they could be doing outside list. I guess from what it sounds like, the next mining and smithing beta will be many months from now, near the end of their work on it. They've been posting some things about it, regarding like the placement of the ores and stuff. They seem to have kind of a weird thought about it. They seem really obsessed with, like, you know, a free to play ores are available in free areas mostly, and other ones are way off with, like, the highest level ones are the furthest from the free area. It's like, I don't really get the point of that. Like, this, it's weird. It doesn't really seem to make much sense to me. Yeah, that is a bug. Okay, yeah, I can't chop that one. Yeah, I just don't really get why they think it needs to be like that. I don't know. And they're, like, gonna be removing mines too and stuff. I don't know about it. Personally, I think they're getting a little too obsessed with the balance here, to the point where it's going beyond balance and is just whatever. I hope they still have things just like having some iron ore lying around in the members areas. It's kind of silly if there wasn't. It'd be like not having regular trees lying around just because, hey, it's a members area. We should only have maples and magic trees because that's what members can have. That's the equivalent of what their thinking is for mining right now. But that might just be the initial balance, and they'll actually add all the old ones in. Who knows? It is many months away from what we have to worry about. Well, anyway, I'm kind of not really having much to talk about anymore. This would be nice if this would hurry up. I wonder if you can earn approval before you even start the quest. I didn't think to check that. Hey, look over there. It's Waterbirth Island, which I have been to, but have never been inside the dungeon on this account. At least I got the song on the outside for it, which is something. Hey, speaking of combat, on my main account, I just recently did a mass event for the Calphite King. Managed to get 1 KC on that. It was very hard because the thing died in like 2 seconds, and yet I still almost died because of people doing stuns. I'm just not a bosser, but it's good to get that done. It gives me a little bit of experience for this account, where I'll actually be trying more bossing just as soon as we get HP and defense to 99, please. I don't really feel much motivation in doing difficult bosses until I'm at least defensively as good as I can be. How are we doing? We are doing... Oh, we're doing terrible. It's taking forever. You know what, we can go do a little bit of raking, I think. Rake the herbs, rake the flax. I think it'll be a little bit faster. I just heard a bird. No birds over here. They're all there. Thanks, thanks, thanks. They actually let you keep the weeds. How nice. How nice. I'd much rather keep the maple logs, honestly. Let's get rid of these dang weeds. So now I should be at 66, I believe. 65, close enough. Alright, well, let's go back now and do this. At least that was probably a little bit faster than doing nothing. It'd be nice if you could just pick potatoes or something for 0.5%. Hand them in. They got this huge farm. You have a guy there, but I don't think helping him does anything. I could be wrong, but I've not heard anything about it. That is the truth. This is one of those weird quests, apparently, where one of its quest requirements is completely pointless because it requires 40 fishing, yet Hero's Quest requires 53. So unless you somehow got a 13 level boost into Hero's Quest, which is impossible, it is not a very purposeful thing. Huh, that's interesting. The flax needs raked, but that doesn't. Or did I not finish raking the flax? I don't know. Alright, how are we doing? We gotta be close. 70%. Oh, we're so close. I did not remember this taking so long. This is what been like over 10 minutes, I think, right? That I've just been sitting here talking. Getting a lot of that in these recent videos, aren't we? Now, this is why I was putting off these quests for so long, but now we're at the point where I really need to get these quests out of the way. In some ways, I regret putting it off, but, you know, it's not like I've just been skipping quest episodes. I've just not been sticking to my release schedule. But that has changed now. I've got a calendar with my release dates written on it, and I'm going to try to actually keep track of things. Make it a lot easier to remember. A lot more motivational, too, when you can cross off a thing and say, like, hey, I got this video scheduled. I don't have to worry about it anymore. Alright, how we doing? Gotta be there soon. 74. We'll go do a little thing here and we'll be good. It will actually be important to keep it full. And that's another thing where doing the other quests matters, because it makes you gain the rate a little bit better. We're gonna do 2 of these just to be certain before we check. Yeah, 76. Okay. That should be relatively quest complete. That type of situation should be what is going on here. I think it goes down every day. I really need to make a checklist thing. I've been meaning to, for the longest time, program a thing for my websites that'll keep track of things like this so I can have reminders like, hey, go check on Miscellania today. And things like that. Do your daily challenge. And check off all those things, but I've not gotten around to it. Your Majesty, Grimm tells me that the population would be glad to have you as a ruler. I see no reason to delay your regency any further, Grimm. Please proceed with the ceremony. I don't know why I said Grimm like there was a comma when there was a period. Yes, sir. We are gathered here today to witness the rise of a new hero to the regency of the Kingdom of Miscellania, to continue the work of our great King Vargas, who is unfortunately now no longer able to rule. By the powers invested in me by the miscellaneous constitution, I declare thee, Barker, to be the new regent of this fair kingdom. May you bring success and prosperity to Miscellania and all of its people. Is that all? That is all. I wish you luck as regent. Speak to Grimm if you require assistance. Hooray! 1 quest point. They will collect resources. 2 treasure hunter keys. Alright, so yeah, now we can manage here. We'll have to give them money, but whatever. So yeah, they all start off with a little bit of stuff here. Now, I think it's fishing that we want for stuff. Or is it wood? I don't know. I'm going to look up Miscellania Management real quick. So, managing Miscellania. I just want to see which one gives clue scrolls. Yeah. Cooked fish? Or is it all fish? I think it's all fish. I'm pretty sure. Oh, you start off with 10k in your coffers, huh? Very interesting. You have to have a certain amount. I don't know what the ideal amount is. To go 1 week, you have to put in 800k. Huh. I'm not going to worry too much about managing Miscellania until we get the next quest done. Because, yeah. What? Royal Trouble, that's what it is. It is a medium to long quest. So yeah, we'll probably do that relatively soon. And then I'll probably really start to worry about keeping Miscellania going. But for now, I might put money in it, I might not. Depends on how much more money I earn, really. Anyway, I'll actually go and use these, because why not? Maybe I'll get some things to skip the stupid tribal thing. Nope, just a bunch of bonus XP. And now for the most important thing. Yes, so nice. I can actually use that now if I'm running away from danger. I'm not going to misclick and die, which would be really dumb. I would be very mad with myself if that happened. But anyway, yeah, that is Miscellania. I am now the ruler of it. Be nice to me, otherwise I will ban you from this fair kingdom. But anyway, I'll see you guys next time with yet another quest. I'm thinking probably Forgiveness of a Chaos Dwarf, but who knows, really. Depends what I decide to do tomorrow when I record it.